session we are going to discuss about the factors affecting the resistance. See, here are the four factors which affect the resistance, that is temperature, length, area of cross section and nature of the material or nature of material. So these are the four factors which affect the resistance, and now let us see how to verify how the factors are affecting the resistance. For that, first we will consider a simple circuit having a cell, a switch, and here it is having a bulb. So bulb is connected in the simple circuit. This is positive terminal and this is the negative terminal of the cell. And now first what we will do is we will measure the resistance here. Resistance of the bulb we will measure. Here the circuit is off. That means there is no current passing through the circuit. It is an open circuit, so no current will pass through the circuit. And now at that time we will measure the resistance of the bulb by using a multimeter. So with the help of the multimeter we can measure potential difference, we can measure current, and we can measure the resistance also by using a multimeter. See, if a device which is used to measure only potential difference, then that is called voltmeter. If you are able to measure only current, then that is ammeter. If you are able to measure only the resistance, that is the ohm meter. But multimeter, with the help of the multimeter, we can measure all these three. So here we will take some reading when the circuit is open, and we will get some resistance that consider as Ri. And now make the circuit to close, so current will pass through the circuit and the bulb will glow. So leave for 5 to 10 minutes, and now again break the circuit. Now the bulb will be off. Now as the bulb is glowing, we know that it produces some temperature, heat is produced, and temperature in the bulb also will slightly increases. So now measure the resistance of the bulb with a multimeter. So the reading will be RF, final resistance of the bulb. So if you observe the two readings, before glowing the bulb and after glowing the bulb, you can observe the change of resistance, and you can observe the resistance of the bulb increases. So by this we can say that the resistance of the bulb or the resistance is directly proportional to the temperature. As the temperature increases, the resistance of the bulb also increases. So in this manner we can find out the resistance, and we can say that temperature and resistance are directly proportional to each other, and temperature is a factor which is affecting the resistance. And next let us see this length. So for length, what we will do is we will consider a circuit again, a simple circuit which is having a cell. This time we will place a ammeter here. This ammeter will show the current passing through the circuit, and here we will leave some gap, and instead of gap what we will do is we will take 4 iron spokes. Iron spokes we will consider with different lengths. So like this, 4 iron spokes I am considering here. This is having a length L1, L2, L3 and L4. So 4 iron spokes are having different lengths. So first what we will do is, we will place the length L1 spoke here and we will see the current reading as some I1. And now after some time we will take that L1 and we will place L2 here and we will observe the current reading as I2. And after that we will place L3 here and we will observe the current reading as I3. And after that we will place another spoke which is having a length of L4 and we observe that the current reading is I4. So here, if you observe the current readings, the current reading will gradually decrease. The current reading from I1 to I4 will gradually decrease. Here why the current reading is decreasing? Reason is, as the length increases, the resistance also will increase. See, for L1 some amount of current I1, for L2 I2, L3 it will be current I3, and for length L4 the current will be I4. So if you compare this I1 and I4, the current will be more at I1 while comparing to I4. The reason is, length is gradually increasing, so by the increase of length resistance also will increase and current go on decreasing. By Ohm's law we know that resistance is inversely proportional to current. That means as the resistance increases, current decreases. So here by this we can say that the resistance is affected by the length and it is directly proportional. If the length increases, resistance also will increase. So that is about length. And now coming to the area of cross section. For this again we will consider a circuit, and this is the circuit for area of cross section. Again we will consider a cell here and a ammeter is taken here which shows the reading of current, and again we will leave some gap here, and in this gap we will take 4 materials of same length, but here the area of cross section is different. Length will be same but area of cross section will be changing like this. So like this 4 materials we are taking. This may be made of iron. So this is having a area of cross section some A1, area of cross section A2, area of cross section A3 and area of cross section A4. And now in this circuit we will place one by one. First we will place A1 here and we observe that the current reading in the ammeter shows some I1, and after that we will place A2 here and we observe that the current reading in the ammeter is I2, and after that we will place this A3 material and we observe the current in the ammeter is I3, and in the same way we will place some A4 this material and we observe the current is I4. See, basing on all these values, if you observe the values, the current reading gradually gets increases. As we compare A1 and A4, the current passing in A1 and A4, we observe when we place A4, the current passing through the circuit will be more. That means by this we can conclude that resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. That means if the area increases, the resistance go on decreases. That means current increases. If the area is increasing gradually, the resistance will decrease gradually. As the area increases, resistance decreases and current will increase. So if you compare these two, A1 and A4, for A4 the current will be more while comparing to A1. So like this we can find out the area of cross section is inversely proportional to resistance of the material. And now coming to the nature of the material. So for the nature of the material, what we will do is again consider a circuit having a cell, and here there is a ammeter to measure the current flow in the circuit, and again now we will leave some gap here for the circuit. So what we will do is now we will take 4 materials of same length and same area of cross section, but here the nature of the materials are different. Let us consider silver, gold, copper and aluminium. So like this 4 different materials I have taken, and one by one material I am placing here in the circuit. First, as I placed silver and observe the current reading, and gold, copper and aluminium, as I am changing the materials, the reading of the current also will change. So how it will change is, the maximum current will flow when the silver is placed, and next when the copper is placed the current will be more, and next for gold, and finally for aluminium. So this will be the order: silver, copper, gold, aluminium. So here lengths are equal for the materials and area of cross section is also same, but what changes here is nature of the materials are changing. So as the nature of material changes, the current passing through the circuit also changes. That means here resistance also depends on the nature of the material. By changing the material, the resistance keeps on changing. See, if you observe in our households, mostly we use copper wires. So these copper wires carry the current in our households. Or if you consider a iron box, for iron box nichrome is used. What this nichrome will do is, it has more resistance, so it resists the flow of current and it will be heated faster, and by heating so it is used. In the grazers also a nichrome metal is used. The nichrome is having high resistivity, so due to that high resistivity it opposes the flow of current and it gets heated. So in that way it is used. So all materials may not have the same amount of resistance. So basing on the nature of the material also, the resistance value keep on changing. So these are the factors which depends or which affects the resistance. So that is temperature. Here temperature is directly proportional to the resistance, and resistance is again directly proportional to length of the conductor, and resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section, and resistance is or resistance depends on nature of the material. So these are the 4 factors which affect the resistance. Thank you.